Marc Lamont Hill exposes Melyssa Ford.
You'd be hard-pressed to find an interview where I didn't come across like I was flirting. Like, you know, if I'm considered like this pinup girl, which I literally was.
Can you then see how back then, in the height of your era, people may not have seen you the way you thought you were being seen, given what you just said?
Oh, he set up.
And the fact that you all
I'm not trying to eat. I'm
trying to get part of the
it's
most.
some fucking tag team shit. It's fucking stupid because
I agree.
I didn't.
Yep.
Nowhere did I say that people regarded me as motherfucking Mother Teresa. Flirtation doesn't mean that you're a fucking whore.
No. I'm talking persona. I'm talking about, not you. You, like you said, there was a persona that people thought was you, and that's the thing we were trying to say to you, is that there's a way people saw you that might be different.
I got it. I see where we're at. I see it. I see it.
On the recent episode of the Joe Budden podcast, Marc Lamont exposed Melyssa Ford's hypocrisy. You know, the way she likes to present versus what actually is. So in the clip that I resurfaced about her shooting her shot at Steve Harvey, she looked very flirtatious. And they played it on the podcast.
I'm single now, but she is way
Steve, if you had to rate her, Steve, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would we? Can she come on your show and just do like a bit part for you?
She could move in my house, actually. But
I'm moving to LA, Steve.
Are you really?
I am.
You can only get this on TFN.
It's hard.
You guys.
Yeah. I think I'm up for the challenge.
And Melyssa Ford, in defense of how she was acting, said she was playing a character. Now, that was interesting, as it is counter to what she was saying in terms of the Superhead book. You know, she was saying that before the Superhead book, people didn't really see video vixens in the way that they do now.
There was a general respect level that once that fucking book came out, it changed. I'm just telling you from living the experience from the inside out. They started to believe the rumors of hushness and video. All we do is get cracked on these video sets.
Well, this type of character that she played was probably just as instrumental in developing the stereotype of a video vixen as Superhead's book. And Marc Lamont directly exposes that. But it turnkeyed a lot of issues because the whole cast started laughing at Melyssa Ford when Marc Lamont went off, and they were laughing at Melyssa Ford even before that when she started to say that this was her character. But I would question, is this really her character, or did the character she create gain basis from who she actually was? I mean, we could see that clip. Now, I know people are going to say, Danny, this is Andrew Tate type stuff. Nah, it's really not. It was just me observing the situation. Sure, it could have been her just, playing a character, but was it really necessary? I don't even think the cameras necessarily were supposed to air that. She was playing a character for the advancement of her career, which is different than playing a character in terms of being on the podcast or being on a TV show or doing some type of skit. That was Melyssa Ford. That was completely her. And at least with Superhead, you can kind of gauge that she was being herself. Melyssa Ford wasn't being authentic, and she revealed that with this line of thinking. And you can kind of see other things that happen here. Parks makes a joke about how Melyssa Ford says it was the book that changed everything, not necessarily her actions. And you see Melyssa Ford wasn't feeling that, and she starts to get in her, oh, is this what we're doing today? This is messed up. How could you guys do this? Still, even if you disagree with me, I'm just trying to show you what is really going on behind the scenes whenever Melyssa Ford speaks. For example, let's look at this clip of Melyssa Ford talking about how she navigated a toxic male industry. This was around the time when Diddy was exposed for how he was treating Cassie, and the video came out. And Melyssa Ford says something that's very telling to me. She tries to skirt around her, navigating the industry and say that she didn't really deal with the misogyny in the same way the other women did because she was able to stay off limits to the rappers.
I had to figure out how to navigate those treacherous waters. And the way that I figured out how to navigate them was I aligned myself with the people in power. The artists didn't have the power. So I aligned myself with director, producer. You know,
they talk about.
And so I kind of made myself untouchable.
Y'all running around the artists,
your lip.
huh? Directors and up. Hello.
I mean, not f***ing.
You all right?
I said aligned.
Aligned.
Aligning.
Aligned.
Aligning. I'll be aligning too.
Alliances.
With the powerful people. You gotta line it up.
Yes.
And she would only attach herself to the execs. Now, the rest of the cast laughs at her. I mean, you can see Ish just think like, oh my God, is this really what she believes? And even Joe placates her by saying, oh, Melyssa Ford was always smart. No, what he was really saying in that moment is, Melyssa Ford, you dumb as hell. You really think that because you were off limits to the rappers that we don't know that the other execs took advantage? What do you mean by aligning yourself? Is that a euphemism for something else? Now, we also have to zoom out. As Marc Lamont Hill has started to set his academic scope on Melyssa Ford, a lot of people kind of assign some like altruistic elements to Marc Lamont Hill because he's an academic. Like, I see that on my channel. Many folks see Marc Lamont Hill as some sort of savior. So when he seeks to destroy people with his intellect, it kind of just gets placated or played away as, oh, he's just exposing the stupidity, versus, oh, this guy likes to embarrass people. He likes to make them look stupid. He likes to just look like the number one dude, the academic alpha. I think that's my new term for Marc. I mean, this guy somehow has tricked the audience into thinking that he saved the show with his intellect versus just how he's being a bully. This guy is telling Imani, yo, you broke Section 8, living, mom dated a dude that your dad wasn't cool with, loser. Flip, you dumb idiot. You can't even put words together. Ice, I don't even see you as a threat, so I'm not even going to talk about you. Joe, I know you scared of the smoke, so you pretending like you got no issues with me because you know if you take it there, I'm taking it further. Ish, I done already souffled you so bad it got the rest of the cast all scared of me. Marc is doing damage. He's the Trojan horse of the podcast. Oh, I'm trying to make the podcast smarter. I'm trying to connect with my black male audience because I don't get to talk to them on CNN. And the way he's doing that is by engaging in heavy roasting sessions that undermine the rest of the cast and make them look absolutely crazy. The other day, I was in a community, the JBTV Twitter community, and somebody said, yo, he's just making a cast look stupid. And he is. Not saying that. I mean, he's great at making people look stupid, but he's even better at hiding how stupid he's making people look. Like, anytime I ask him on Spaces about it, he's just, I just want to compete. I just want to, do my thing. Well, he says he doesn't want to compete. He's like, I want to create assists. I want to put people in a place to succeed. And while that is true, it has come at great cost to the members of the show. Sure, the pod has gotten better, but at the expense of everybody else and what they bring to the table. But let me know what you think. Do you feel like Marc Lamont went for the fences on Melyssa Ford? Because you could see she did not like that. That was not COE. That was a confrontation of the decisions she made in her head. This whole time she had laid out this idea, this notion that, oh man, people viewed me a certain way, but then it changed because of a book that Superhead wrote. But then the truth is, people didn't view you the way you thought they did ever. They saw you as the character you claimed to act like. And perhaps you disassociated yourself with your actions by saying it was a character. Like the stripper at the strip club. When she clocks out, she says, "That was just Holly. I'm really Rachel." That was what Melyssa Ford did. That's not Melyssa Ford. That's Jessica Rabbit. No, that's Melyssa Ford. That's Melyssa Ford. Oh my God, I can see the comments already. They're going to be going in on me. I think last video I did about Melyssa Ford, someone said, oh, if she was a man, she'd be called ambitious for how she acted with Steve Harvey. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I don't think it's ambitious to say, I'm coming to LA, Steve. I think I'm up for the challenge. Eye contact. Trying to look that man Steve in his eyes. Lock eyes with the comedic legacy act. The guy who would go on to dominate Hollywood, who was probably dominating Hollywood back then. Something's up, guys. And if you ladies in the comments miss it, I don't even want to say ladies. There's a certain section of ladies. A lot of ladies actually agree with what I say. It's the M4 hive that any level of critique, they're going to go in. I think I have angered Melyssa Ford fans so much that Rory might want to make me apologize, but we'll see. All right, y'all. Follow me on Instagram, The Stop TV. Follow me on Twitter, The Stop TV. Also, my Patreon. I just did like a 4-hour space with Marc, Lamont, and the members of my WeWork team on Twitter. Oh boy, we talked about a lot. It was entertaining. We talked about the show. We talked some basketball hoops. And it was just fun. It's funny because a lot of people said, Marc Lamont Hill was joining my spaces because, other reasons, but he actually came by. I think members of the cast enjoy the dialogue me and my team are able to create, which is why they join more often than not. All right, y'all. This is Danny from The Stop. Peace.